Good Thursday morning. Waffle has settled down nicely. She's now laying on the couch between the two pillows sleeping. And I put a picture up on the Waffle page, by the way. So now I can quietly, hopefully she'll keep quiet while I talk, go through the Shurley 4 Chapter 13 test. I've specifically put purples on this because purples started to correct it and didn't finish. But if yellows need to correct their test, they may use this also. So it's said to do exercise 2 using the second sentence in the exercise up above. So I did not write the first sentence just because of that purpose, okay? Now, on the little box in exercise 2 down here, this is the second sentence, but this is exercise 2, which just Mrs. Shurley does wonderful with chants, but she's crazy with little tiny boxes and things. Kind of messy looking. All right, so we're looking for nouns up in the top of sentence 2. So let's see how you did. Did you find this noun? Mom. Mom is a person. Dad, also a person. Lobster, that's a thing. Restaurant, that's a place or a thing, depending on how you will look at it. Doesn't matter. And anniversary. That's kind of more of an idea, isn't it? Or it's an event, it's a thing then. When I hold my pen at this weird angle, it gets all jiggity-jaggedy, which is strange. But you know, I'm stuffed at a strange desk because Amy's home, and so normally Amy's room is my office, but I have to hide out here at Mr. Proctor's desk, and it is full of a lot of stuff. All right, so mom is a noun, hired for a job in this sentence, and hired for the job of CSN, compound subject noun. Dad, hired for the same job as a CSN. And you know how I can tell? Because right above mom and dad says CSN. That's their job. Now, lobster was hired as a DO. Poor lobster got run over by the bus. Restaurant was hired as an OP. And anniversary was also hired as an OP. Now we're going to look over here. I'm going to say, is mom singular or plural? One mom or more than one mom? Well, it's singular. Dad, one dad, singular. Lobster, one lobster, singular. Restaurant, only one restaurant, singular. And anniversary, only one anniversary, singular. Common or proper? Now this might give you a little bit of craziness. This isn't just any old mom. This is mom. So we're calling mom mom. So you can see that mom is capitalized because it's the beginning of the sentence too. But when we say mom did it, we're calling her mom. If we said my mom, then it'd just be a little tiny mom. But mom is being used as a name here, so it's proper. And dad is being used as a name here, so it's also proper. Mom, dad, lobster. Well, what's a good lobster name? You know, a lobster named Seaweed. I don't know, but this is not a named lobster, just any old lobster. Good thing, because I don't think mom and dad would want to eat Fred or Joe or Georgina the lobster. All right, restaurant. This is not a specifically named restaurant. This is not the, I'm thinking the Red Lobster. Nope, just a common, I've never even eaten there, but whatever. Just a common old restaurant. And this anniversary isn't any big name. It's just a common anniversary. So that's usually the anniversary of when they got married. Common, common, common. And then the final part to do on that is they've given us a little line that says simple subject and simple predicate. And what we do is simple subject is just our subject nouns. Mom, mom/dad. There's two simple subjects, mom, dad. And the simple predicate is our verb. What is being said of mom and dad? Mom and dad ate. That's all we put. Simple subject, mom and dad. Simple predicate, ate. Awesome. So now let's go down our test and correct a little bit more. Exercise 3. We don't do exercise 3 because we're not working on those particular synonyms and antonyms. If you want to do exercise 3 for fun, your mom and dad can look at it and they can correct it for you and tell you if you got it right or not. So now that I've used up a lot of my board, let's look at exercise 4. Exercise 4 is going to need a piece of paper, unless you're really good at writing really, really tiny on the test. And you could write on the side of the test and really tiny, but usually third graders will need a piece of paper. So let's look at what we're doing on exercise 4. It says dandelions are blooming, they cover the yard, and we're supposed to do a compound sentence using a semicolon. So it will look like this. Your answer will be dandelions are blooming, semicolon, they cover the yard. Now everything is put together into one nice, meaty sentence. And if you remember, these little semicolon guys are expensive. We don't want to do that. Take all of our sentences in our story and semicolon them together. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, it's too expensive. We do what once in a while with little tiny thoughts that join together well. And that one works. Number 2 is John whistled a tune, Debbie whistled a tune. And our prescription is a sentence compound subject. So 2 people are whistling a tune. How are we going to write that? John on our paper and Debbie. Now we have our compound sentence. What do they do? Whistled a tune. There we go. Third one. The boys put up a tent. They slept outside. The other week, Joshua slept outside. It wasn't in a tent. It was in a hammock. But it was like 30-some degrees out. It was freezing cold. Okay. So what's our prescription is a sentence with a compound verb. All right? So the boys are going to do 2 things. What 2 things? The boys put up a tent and slept outside. Period. There we go. It's a sentence and it has a compound verb on it. Now number 4. The student wrote a poem. She read it to the class. We're going to make a compound sentence using, oh dear, that almost looks like a semicolon. Using comma and. All right? So we put the student. Oh, we're getting down here. We're getting jiggly. The student. It's because of the way my hand is aimed. Student. No, student. Ah! I need to move this. That looks terrible. The student wrote a poem. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. I'm sorry. Perfectionist teacher. Let's move it up. The student wrote a poem, comma. There's the comma, see it? And she read it to the class. Brilliant. That worked perfectly. Let's see if we can make a little bit more room. Oh, we can for 5, but I don't know if we'll fit 6. Oh, I think we can do that. Good. 5. So Todd launched the boat. Ray helped him. Sentence, compound, subject. Todd and Ray launched the boat. Now you might be panicking here. Oops, that means I got an email or something. All right, you might be panicking because you're like, well, where's the word help or anything? Well, it's obvious that Ray helped him because it was Todd and Ray that launched the boat. That's all we have to do. We don't need to make it any harder. And number 6, she coughed uncontrollably. She sneezed uncontrollably. Sentence, compound, verb. She did 2 things. Coughed and sneezed. How? Uncontrollably. I'm running out of room. There we go. So that's not too hard at all. Now the next part we have to correct, new page, is exercise 5. Exercise 5 wants us to decide, is it a sentence? Is it a fragment? Is it a sentence with a compound subject? Is it a sentence with a compound verb? Or is it just a compound sentence? Usually that means it has that semicolon in there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They put the blanks on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to write our sentences out, but I'm going to read the sentence, and I'm hoping that you have already done this, and you're going to see if you got it right or not. Monkeys and tigers are my favorite animals in the zoo. What do you think it is? Well, it's a sentence with a compound subject. Monkeys and tigers. There you go. Number 2, the house shook and the pictures fell off the wall. That's a compound sentence. It's compound with a comma and. There you go. Joined together with a conjunction. And, but, or. These are conjunctions. Number 3, walking along the beach during the summer. Okay, that's a fragment. Something's missing there. Number 4, the plumber turned off the water and replaced the copper tubing. Oh, that means that plumber did 2 things, so it's a sentence with a compound verb. Turned off and replaced. Number 5, the young student ran to class, but he was too late. It's a compound sentence. The comma, but, and, but, or. These are conjunctions. They join 2 sentences together. The detour through the country was very scenic. Fabulous. Plain old sentence. We love those. Number 7. She combs her hair, but she never brushes her teeth. That's pretty gross. Well, that is a compound sentence with a comma and a but. They didn't give us any semicolon compounds. Those crazy folk. Okay, so that's the end of the Chapter 13 test. How'd you do? You decide. You did fabulous. Give yourself a plus plus. You get pretty good. You might have missed 1 or 2. Give yourself a plus. You really tried, but it was confusing and you missed a handful. Maybe a check plus. You didn't even try and you left a bunch of them blank, a check minus. You didn't do the test at all, a minus. Whoop. All right, grade yourself for fun. And then come and show Mrs. Otto on Monday.